Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, who've gone up in skill level since last you saw us and are taking on Premier League opposition in the Capital One Cuppity Cup. This could be big trouble for us. We are starting Akinfenwa and Lyle Taylor. Not on paper our two best strikers, but in my heart our two best strikers. We're going to be, hopefully, if the strike partnerships work out the way I hope they do, we'll have success in Dicko as one strike partnership. And I'm really looking at it. It's been really interesting to meet the two of them and begin to talk to them because they're really both very fascinating guys. And of course, Dicko, family man, quiet, success, so young, so energetic, probably a little bit too much. You know how some people just come on too strong? He's a little bit of a close talker, things like that. But a fascinating kid, and I've got big hopes for him. But, I thought today we'd go with our established strike partnership. We might not get a ton of opportunities in the game like this with a higher going up a skill level and, dealing with the oh, my gosh, it's already started. Is Bartram hurt? Are you okay, buddy? Are you okay? Get up, sweetie. It's okay. Oh, he seems to have gotten it right in the middle. Right in the midsection. Today I'm going to talk about how to maintain close relationships with your family when you disagree with them about important things like religion or politics. This is a big topic in America right now, and probably also around the world, because we are having this weird moment in democratic countries of, not a weird moment, this has happened before in American history and in the history of the UK and stuff, but we are having a moment of sort of the rise of, that was definitely a yellow card, the rise of populism, increasing polarization on both sides of the political spectrum, and sort of weird fracturing of centrist parties so that, parties on the far left or people on the far left and people on the far right have more in common than they used to. What do you mean, look at his eyes? It was the most obvious, ridiculous yellow cardy foul I've ever seen in my entire life. He was 5 feet behind the tackle. Behind the ball. The tackle was. You know what I meant. This is a terrible position for a free kick, but Meredith, I know one thing about going up a skill level and being 42 yards out. It's that I am going to nail this free kick in the back of the net. Is everybody ready? I hope so. Andy Carroll, your head is not big enough to stop this one, buddy. We are going for the back of the net, friends. Can I just line it up? All right, here we go. 38 yards. Easy peasy. I didn't put enough on it, I don't think. Oh, wow, but I made it to the goal. Congratulations to me on having a shot on target. That's just amazing. That's beautiful. I'm trying to lift myself up a little bit more. Right, so, yeah, I don't know what I can say about the current political situation that's helpful. Both in the U.S. and elsewhere. I really don't know what to say about it. Maybe that's, I don't know. I find the rise of this politics that's so wrapped up in your identity that you're not able to talk to people who disagree with you, and that in many cases, you don't even know anyone who disagrees with you. I talked to so many people when I was at VidCon, so many English people who said that they did not know a person who voted for Brexit, and I know that a lot of people who voted for Brexit do not know someone who voted to remain, or at least not closely, and that's the most troubling part of this whole increasing political polarization in the social media age to me. The most worrisome part is the fact that it is really, really difficult to maintain those relationships when you have these echo chambers, these worlds online where nobody disagrees with you, where your world gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you start to think that everyone either agrees with you or is an idiot or doesn't know the real news or hasn't looked at X or Y, instead of thinking that thinking people can disagree over what the top marginal tax rate should be in the United States. Like, we lose complete sight of policy. This is true with religion, by the way, as well, in my opinion. We lose complete sight of policy. We lose any ability. Wow, off the post. Very worrisome times for the Wimbly Womblys. Wow. Yikes. Should have been a goal. There's no two ways about it. We are in the fight of our season so far right now. Yeah, so as for how you do that, I think some people have to agree not to talk about it, and maybe that's a way. I don't know. That's going to probably be a way for some people, at least. Some people can find ways to talk about it respectfully. Like I have, I have very close friends who I have profound political and religious disagreements with, who I can still talk to respectfully about those topics because we've hashed out a way to do that together. But sometimes people make it really hard, it's really hard, for instance, to have a conversation about religion when the person that you're talking to thinks that you're going to go to hell. It's hard for them because they want to save your soul. To them, the number one thing, or I don't want to generalize about people, but to many people, the number one thing about life on Earth is finding a way to. Oh, that almost worked. We're only finding space up the wings right now. A little bit frustrating, but very lucky to still be 0-0. In with a shout. Life is full of surprises. We'll see. This could be a standard Swoodly Pooper 0-0 draw. We'll see. But yeah, I think get it to Lyle Taylor. Oh, Lyle, you just needed a move. Boy, other John Green, not as young as he used to be, and it's showing. It's showing here. So, if someone's very concerned with saving your soul, it can be very, very difficult for them to talk about anything else, right? Because they're thinking about eternity. They're thinking about, this is 100. Oh no! Oh wow, so lucky. This is 100 years of human life that you have if you're lucky, and then there's the eternity, which is more than billions of years. This is such a fraction of the lifespan. That's another horrific foul. That's a sending off as far as I'm concerned. I was going to be alone on goal with Akinfenwa. So to my mind, that's a very generous yellow card. Yes, you, the guy who frickin' fouled me when I was running toward the goal. Oh yeah, look with your eyes. What are you talking about? Fool. Sorry. Meredith, I think this is a situation where I need to pass, not shoot. Oh, really bad pass. Really, really useless. So bad at free kicks, man. I mean, I'm bad at everything in this game, but it's most noticeable in the free kick situations. I think we're going to take off Reevesy. We're just going to make our substitutions slowly today because I feel like that's our best chance to win. So we're going with an all ginger midfield. Which tends to work out well in my experience. So I think you just have to try to empathize, and it can be incredibly difficult. And it may be ultimately, there may be nothing that you can say other than Mom, Dad, we just disagree about this, and this is how I'm going to live my life. And wow, what an incredible half bicycle kick by other John Green. It was one of the worst shots I've ever seen in my life, but a nice shot of the DFTBA Nerdfighteria back of short sponsorship. Yeah, so I think that's a big. I don't know. It's really, really difficult. If people don't make it easy on you, if people aren't generous about it, it can be just incredibly, incredibly difficult. And I don't have any easy solutions. I do think that. Ultimately, your relationships. I mean, I think that human life is about people and relationships, and if you can build healthy relationships with your family, then you have to try to. And if you can't, you have to accept that too. And that and family isn't only, family isn't only boy, if that ball had fallen to Lyle Taylor instead of Akinfenwa, we would have been a lot better off. In my opinion, at least, like, family isn't only blood. Like, I think blood family, I think those relationships are really important, but, like, you also can make family. Oh, close. And so we have to try to find ways to bridge the gaps, but we also have, there are times when the gaps just can't be bridged, and that's just a reality. If this is going to penalties, I probably just want to change formations, but it's not going to penalties yet. I can't remember if the Capital One Cuppity Cup is one of these things with extra time or without extra time, so I'm in a little bit of a tight spot, but I think there is extra time. I think we've got 30 minutes of high-quality, scoreless football to look forward to, unless West Ham score here. Oh, I may have jinxed us. I probably jinxed us. Oh, get that ball to Akinfenwa. Get it to Lyle Taylor. Go, Lyle. Go, Lyle. Go, Lyle. Oh, he's offside. He went hit the post anyway. Lyle. Oh, Akinfenwa, it was so close. It just emerged in slow motion, unfortunately. Very, very tight. Very tight. I don't know about that call, but I mean, we were that close. We were that close to being in a winning position, which tells me that this game is not over, and it isn't necessarily going to go to penalties, which would be brutal. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Oh no! Oh, thank God. The only other thing I'd say is that if someone won't engage with you about politics or religion or whatever, just maybe that's okay. And like, sometimes we think like, oh, I have to convince a person of this or that, or I know that this person is being lied to or whatever. But like, you have to remember within that you have your own biases, right? I mean, I struggle to remember that all the time. Like, I assume that I am right. But you also have biases that are, oh God, it has to be. Oh, it's slow motion. It's slow motion, Akinfenwa. Slow motion! Oh, Lyle Taylor! Oh, I've never seen a play unfold so slowly, Meredith. It was one of the slowest motion plays in human history. You got to say that Dicko probably puts that away, but we didn't have Dicko on the ball. Oh, man, if that pass had come off, it would have been beautiful. Okay, things are getting desperate here. West Ham desperate. Wimbly Womblys slightly less desperate. We're okay with extra time. West Ham probably thinking about their Premier League schedule. Feeling a little nervous. There's a great steal from Harry. There it is. There it is. He's onside. He's onside. He's so slow. How do you call it? How do you call the end of the game when I'm running away alone on goal, for God's sakes? Or did you call offside very belatedly? Meredith, was that not a belated offside call? That was not a great offside call by the linesman, particularly considering that this is a computer program, and so it knew instantaneously whether it was going to call offside, and so it was just taunting me, which is not cool. Not cool, computer program. All right, I think we're going to extra time. So in this situation, what we do is we go to this. We go to our formations. We go to formations. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with a 4-4-3. A 4-3-3. Right, a 4-3-3. Just a regular standard 4-3-3. No, just a regular standard 4-3-3. Yes, and then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna make some substitutions to make good choices. So we're gonna put Dicko out on the wing. We're going to take out Barcham as well. And we're going to put Success on that wing. And we're going to make Lyle Taylor. We're going to take out Akinfenwa has more liveliness. We're going to make Akinfenwa a bit of a target man. Actually, on second thought, we're going to make Dicko the target man. I'm sorry. I really want to win this game. I don't know if you can tell. And we're going to bring back on Lyle Taylor and take out Akinfenwa. That is my final decision. Oh, poor John Green is really tired, but he's just going to suffer. He's going to suffer for his team. I just told the guys that they have to suffer, that this is the nature of the world, that they are going to suffer for their club, and that we are going to be grateful for them when they emerge victorious. So let's remember the sacrifices that they made for us. I hope you can find ways to be close to your parents or your friends that you disagree with about politics and religion, because I think it's really important to know and to be able to like model for yourself and for others how to have civil discourse, especially in this age of it not seeming to exist much of the time. How is that not a foul? That is ridiculous. That was truly epically ridiculous. Shia LaBeouf. Oh, man. Thank you, Shia. Really great pass, too. Great thinking, Shea. I know what I'll do, he said. I'll throw the ball out of bounds. That's good. I don't know what that was about. That was terrible. That probably cost us a goal. No, it didn't. Okay. All right. We just got to calm down, make better decisions, make good choices, be smart. That is not an example of smartness, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf's had a terrible 5 minutes, Meredith. All right. Let's just go there. Oh, boy. There we go. This is what I've been trying to do for like 10 minutes, is pass it to that one guy. Lyle, you're better than that. Come on, Lyle. Make good decisions. Be a good choice maker. Yeah. So I feel really bad. I mean, I'm really lucky not to, to get along really well with both my parents and my in-laws. So that it's a relatively, it is really hard right now. I don't know what else to say. Don't you feel like it's just a hard time to try to like disagree with people? I knew many more people I had profound political disagreements with 10 years ago than I do now. And I think it's I even when I look at my Twitter feed only reads one way. Like, no one on my Twitter feed is talking about the importance of assault rifles keeping assault rifles legal. And that just makes me feel like everybody agrees with me. But of course, not everyone does. And it's really important to understand the concerns that other people have, not least because a lot of times they explain, they clarify for you something that's, seems to you so obvious, and then you find out that it's not. And that's an important thing to find out in life. This 4-3-3 has worked out terribly, by the way. That's a really important thing to understand. Even understanding the philosophical arguments in favor of one political position or religious position or another is really important to me. And I think in my personal religious life, I feel like oh God, I knew that was coming. Oh no, it's going to end. It's over. Oh, nightmare, disaster. Our Capital One Cuppity Cup of Hope's over in the 116th minute. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Now we got to go all out attack. Just hope for a dream. Just go, success, go. You've got the energy. Oh, he doesn't have the speed. What the frick was that? Oh, that was a terrible pass. Supposed to go to Ginger Harry. Oh, no. Now we're being outrun, outclassed. He's just going to go to the corner and be a jerk. Oh, frustration for the Wimbly Womblys. And a horrible loss. We've got it. We're going to have to go home and think about what just happened. That was not good. I apologize. And I mean, if you look at it, it's all West Ham highlights. We've got to rethink our whole strategy, who we are as a club, who we are as people. It's the highs and the lows, though. That's the nature of all things. I'm sorry. Bye. Best wishes.